All right, if you want to put those spelling words away. And you're going to need your grammar and writing book. The grammar and writing book. What does it say in front?
What is that?
Okay, you can turn to page 224. We'll talk a little bit more about punctuation today. We're also going to have stations today, and there's going to be some practice pages with punctuation in there and some unusual word sheets. This week, we don't have a story for the week. We're going to go with Read to Self instead. But we're going to incorporate those Read to Self books into our stations. And I'm hoping that some of the books you have for Read to Self are going to be things that you need to fill in your reading wheel with. If you've already filled your wheel, just use one of your favorites that you like to read. Otherwise, try to pick something that you haven't read yet so you can fill your wheel before the end of the year.
What if you're reading something that will not put up there?
What do you read?
Oh, I'm reading another thing too.
That's okay.
I mean,
Because
I
you've already
have
done
two
it.
books up there still.
Okay, but if you finish that, if you're already in the middle of a book right now that you've already filled in, I'll finish that, but think about the reading wheel, and then the end of the year is it's coming up pretty, and it's going to come here before you know it. Yes?
So you already filled your wheel up.
Yeah. But there's the book that you're reading right now for this week is going to fit into one of our stations. There's going to be some questions you need to answer about the book you're reading. It'll make more sense when we get to the stations. Right now we're going to just work on punctuation. Does this look familiar to everybody? What would that be? Okay, what does that do? Carson? Divides time, very good. There's that. And how about this one? This one's a little longer. They look the same, but one's a little longer. What would the top one be?
It's a hyphen.
Is it? Okay. And where do we use that? Heather? Okay, what about this lower one then? Ben? No, this would be if the word is here. This, yeah, a dash. That's the end of the word, and this is the beginning of the word. A dash. And what does a dash do? You can Vic?
A dash sets off information or a comment that interrupts the following, or the flow.
Interrupts the flow of a sentence. It's very important to realize if you're reading along and you're asked to put a dash somewhere, if you're reading along and the words don't make sense and it interrupts your flow of saying it, it's going to need a dash there. Where would we underline or italicize words? Devin?
When you're using, it's used for titles of books, newspapers, magazines, and works of art. You because you cannot write italics, underline the title of the word.
Okay. There's one I haven't mentioned yet, the semicolon. Is that right? And what does a semicolon do, or what is it used for? What are you already got? Jack? The semicolon, what is it? Okay, did everybody hear that? Can you say that a little louder, Jack?
Can we use the drawing clauses?
Without having to use an extra word like and or. I've got, or a comma, thank you. I've got a short video on some of these. You can come up to the front and watch it. Is it music? I'm not sure if this is music or not. Can somebody tell me what lesson are we doing right now? Please don't sing it.
A colon is used between numbers when writing hours and minutes. School started at 9 a.m. We also use a colon to introduce a series following a complete sentence. We bought vegetables: beans, peas, corn, and kale. When do we use a semicolon? Semicolons can be used to join two independent clauses. This eliminates the need for a comma and a conjunction. Some people like to ski, others like to swim. A semicolon can also be used to separate words in series when those words have punctuation, such as a comma. They were born on June 1st, 1856, May 6th, 1830, and March 31st, 1851.
Okay.
Stop.
It just says it stopped.
Yeah.
Didn't say it's done.
Minute 30, yep.
1830, and March 31st, 1851.
Okay, so that was just a little description of colon and semicolon. That's all I could find for any information online. Could you find some of those in the worksheets today during our stations? Right now we can do a little bit of independent reading. So if you want to get the book that you're reading, I'll give you some time to read, maybe about 10 minutes. Yes, questions?
Can we go?
If you don't have a book here from the library, find it on the bookshelf now. That you can read for the week. Yes. For the rest of this week,
There's more that smacked my arm on it. Smacked my arm and my...
Does it look good, do you think?
It's one of those rolling smoke jobs.